Very much for your time, Patrick Boamah. The minister says they may trigger Interpol arrest in this matter. I've heard you say that because we do not have a treaty with Russia, that will be difficult to do, so especially at the extradition side. What do you make of the minister's response in this matter?
Thank you very much. Good evening, Sammy, and good evening to your cherished listeners and good people of Ukai. I believe we can caption a couple weeks ago minister's request for the said Russians extradition to Ghana. It's clear from the discussion and from the statement that the Russians have indicated that they don't have extradition to waive their rights to extradite their nationals to Ghana, even though they were going to enforce their local laws to deal with any Russian who's breached any laws overseas. That is final. And that is the import of the statement that I just read and also heard from your airwaves.
So it means then that there's nothing we can do about it, or is something we can do about it?
The only thing we can do is, if the said Russian is found in any jurisdiction that Ghana has a treaty with, extradition treaty with, then we can seek an enforcement of that.
But how easy?
We cannot, because for now, it's been established from what you just heard that the gentleman is a Russian national. A couple of days ago when we spoke, I asked whether there's been a complainant in this matter. To date, I haven't had any answer in the affirmative, because somebody must complain, make a formal complaint. A charge has to be preferred against the said Russian before extradition arrangements can be triggered. Here's a situation where the third person is not, his country is not willing to comply or waive their right under any bilateral arrangement. We don't have an extradition treaty with them. All we can pray for is that the Russian authorities themselves take the matter up in their country and deal with it in accordance with their domestic laws, if they so wish.
Sam George in his press conference today said a majority of the women have filed complaint at the CID. The more reason why they are triggering these processes.
So the fact that you file a complaint doesn't mean you satisfy the entire legal procedure. A charge sheet has to be prepared. It has to be taken to court. Other legal steps have to be taken. So I leave that with the state to follow the legal processes. And whether the state will succeed in getting someone whose country is not willing to waive any right of their national to have them extradited, I leave that with the state to pursue.
Mama, from what you are saying, then it's going to be a cumbersome process then?
That's what I see, but government is powerful. I don't know what government wants to do. And I'm speaking from a legal standpoint that it's going to be very difficult, especially when the person has told you that they don't have an extradition treaty with you.
So then again, what happens to the women who are involved in this whole matter? There's no hope inside. We should just give up.
I read that the government was prepared to give them emotional and psychological support and what have you.
Yes, the gender minister announced that.
So that's what government is seeking to do to support them for now. Apart from that, I don't know. Government did not offer any financial assistance or any other free legal services to them. I don't know if legal aid is taking on the matter on behalf of the complainants. I don't know if CTFM has seen any complaints at the CID or any police station. Well, those are matters that we must all investigate before we can make further comments.
Does it mean anybody or any foreigner can just walk into the country, embark on such an adventure like this Russian, and just walk away free because of issues of treaty and the criminalities involved? Is that how it is? Anybody can just do anything like this?
From what I've heard, it means that the gentleman came prepared to undertake this exercise. He came prepared to do that, and we must all be very careful in this country. Those issuing visas at our duty posts and our missions must do a thorough job on anyone who's coming to the country, and that has to be the work of the foreign service officers at the post, and also the immigration officers here, and also citizens being selfless. There's a lot of greed around, and people just fall for anything, and it's very important that we as citizens also have to be very careful not to be coerced into activities that will embarrass our country and ourselves. So we all have to be very careful.
For some of the victims who are listening to you, what will you tell them?
They should be very careful in every activity that they embark on, and take legal steps. If they have lawyers to support them, they will do it. They should seek the assistance of their lawyers. And also the state is providing emotional and psychological support for them. So that's all I can say. That's the advice I can give them.
Patrick, thank you very much for your time. Patrick Boamah is the Member of Parliament for the Okankwe Central Constituency and the member of the Foreign Affairs Committee of Ghana's Parliament.